Hello and welcome to Learning Office 2016. My name is Mike Henry and this is the sixth video from Chapter 2. We're going to look at what is the Works Cited page, and then after we figure out what is a Works Cited page, we're going to learn how to create one into our document. So we've just finished typing our paper. You can see we've got everything done here, and we've just completed the last paragraph and we hit the enter key. So now it's time to put in the Works Cited page. The first thing is, what is a Works Cited page? A Works Cited page allows a user who's reading this document and they see that you've cited some work here or that you've cited some work here, and they say, you know what, I'm really interested in learning more about this particular person's work. I'd like to read that book myself. So what the Works Cited page allows them to do is to go to the Works Cited page and look up what more information is there about that book. What is the title? When was it published? The kind of information you've recorded. So this allows them to go look that up, or in this case, what particular web page did it come from. So in an MLA style document, the Works Cited page always is at the very end of the document, and it's on its own page. So at this particular juncture, you can see that we've got quite a lot left to page number 2 here, and I could just sit here and keep hitting the enter key over and over and over again to eventually get to the next page. But that's really not that efficient. Okay? And actually what I'm going to do is switch over here to the home and put this into, and you can see I had to keep hitting the enter key over and over and over again. But instead of hitting the enter key, if I do a control enter, you can see that that immediately puts a page break in. So I've just control enter, page break. That moves me to the beginning of the next page. And you can see now I'm on page 3. I'm going to take this out of formatting mode right now. And you can see I do have a first line indent. One of the things that we need to remember about is the Works Cited page is not a first indent. We need to have the first thing be the title of the page, called Works Cited, to be centered. So what I need to do is go back and remove my first line indent at this point, and I put it back so my hourglass is perfect, and then I do a control E so I'm centered up, and I type in here Works Cited. Okay. That's all that's going to happen for this page. Is it's going to say Works Cited. It's going to be centered, and then I bring my piece back to the, or my vertical insertion point back to the left, and I did that with a control L. I could have also gone up here and left justified it the way you can do it with that pointer. Now at this point we're going to enter in all the information from the Works Cited page. Now some of you may have used something like Noodlebib in the past, and if you do use Noodlebib you can do a simple copy paste and bring it right over. But we've also been typing in the information all along as we set up our citations, and that information exists. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that to bring it in. Now I'm coming up here to References, and right here I can come to where it says Bibliography, and I can click down on this on the drop down arrow here, and you can see it says I can create a bibliography, I can do reference. Look, there's even a Works Cited. The problem with that Works Cited that you look at is it's incorrect, and you should not use that one. This one does not actually follow the true MLA citations. So what you want to do is come down to this line right here where it says Insert Bibliograph, and now we've inserted that in properly. So you can see we have the first book in there, and this is done by alphabetical order, and even though the Lombardozzi site was well before the other ones, you can see that was actually in the first paragraph compared to these which were in following paragraphs. It's done by alphabetical order, and that's why that's appearing second. What you'll also notice is that it indented the second line for you. So whenever there's a second line to a Works Cited page, it needs to be indented, and that's been pre-indented for you. Notice up here on our ruler, when I click on this area, it says that the second line will always be indented with a 1 tab stop in. So this has been changed and it works really well now. This is how you would want to do this. So in this video we learned first that the works cited page is really important. The works cited page works in conjunction with the site, so when someone sees a site that they want to go and check, they immediately then go to the works cited page and they can find what book, document, or web page that you found that from. And we learned that creating a works cited page, for those of you who have used Noodlebib or one of those services in the past, you can still do that. But if you been typing it in all along and just want to use what you've typed in, it's very important to type it in accurately, you can then use that. But you got to remember, do not use the works cited one that comes from Microsoft. It's flawed. It doesn't have everything in the right places. You want to use the one from inserting a bibliography.